We're live.
We're live.
Hello, everybody.
What
Howdy.
up?
Hey, you know what? The intro music button didn't work.
Oops.
We could just go. Oh,
It's
Oh,
kind of
sorry.
obvious we're absent. We're absent our producer this evening, and is what it is. Here we are.
Here we are.
How you guys?
I'm good. I see Jack's on and Mark and
The A
live,
rig, the A rig
live scope,
specialist himself.
live scope King Devin is on already.
It's classic week. It's classic week. Jack
It is
Graves, you're
classic
out.
week. We cannot. Don't let us get away without giving our classic picks
yes.
tonight.
Have
I
you guys?
spent like at least 6 to 7 minutes on that last
Me
week.
too. I may have spent that much, maybe.
Yeah, Pino. That was crazy. I saw Palmy just somebody busted a giant bag over there. It was pretty
Two
cool.
kids, two high school kids.
Yeah.
There was an interview with them on the guy that I guess the guy that runs that pure fishing trail has a podcast on Tuesday mornings, about a 15-minute podcast, and he had them on this morning. They were talking about it. They've won like 3 tournaments in a row, those kids.
Wow.
Not there, like different places like Bull Shoals, Table Rock, Palmy.
I promise you, it was probably on a rig or a jerk bait.
It was they were throwing a minnow.
Oh, shaking that minnow.
They were shaking a minnow, and they were, I think, maybe some jerkbait fish, but I don't believe it was an A rig.
Have you guys perused through the classic angler lineup?
Oh, yes.
Can you show on one hand or two how many anglers you actually know?
Two.
You can't ask me that. I can't remember what I had for lunch, man. I mean, if I had it in front of me, there is one angler that I have fished with in the group, and that's Connor Jacob. He's my dark horse favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Where's he from?
He's technically from Illinois by way of Auburn University.
Okay.
Fished on the
That's
Auburn
funny.
team. Won, I think he was a college champion. Maybe a couple of years back, or won a college event.
Hey, we have a, sorry to interrupt, but we have a new guest on, I see.
Oh,
Two new guests. My daughter Bree,
One of them's
and
got fur.
and apparently Riggins has recognized my voice, and
well, you sound like you for a change.
well, barely, because I still have a cold. But anyway, what were we saying? We were talking about the anglers.
Yeah, the list does not, not familiar to me. I mean, there's a few obviously, but man, it's
I'm gonna go get mine. So there.
I
Talk
mean,
amongst yourselves.
I know. I think I know most of them. Not most of them. I would say over half.
okay.
I mean, I'm trying to find the list without.
Exciting times. You guys tuned in tonight to hear just exciting
just
things, and here I am reading the newspaper.
okay. Just go over the list then, and let's just see how many we know.
Hey, okay. Dylan Akins, Matt Airy,
Yes.
Justin Atkins,
Yes.
Kyle Austin,
Don't
Bobby
know him well, but
Bobby Bakewell,
no.
Drew Benton,
Yes.
Stetson Blaylock,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Butler,
Yes.
Tyler Campbell,
Not no.
Blake Capps.
Yeah.
Fished against him, don't know him. Drew Cook,
Yeah.
John Cox,
Yeah. I mean, that's already more than 2 hands.
Will Davis Jr. Well,
Mm,
he
not
grilled a
familiar.
duck and sausage on your patio.
Yeah.
Easton Fothergill,
Yeah. Stayed here.
Jacob Fouts.
Yeah.
Why did I do this? Why did I start reading these names? Kiyoya
Koyo Fujita.
Fajita.
Fujita,
Fujita.
Check.
Cooper Gallant,
Keeping track.
Coop. Yeah, we know Coop.
John Garrett,
Yeah.
Robert Gee,
Yeah.
Wes Gore,
No. Don't know him that well.
Gussie,
Yeah.
Greg Hackney,
Yeah.
Justin Hamner,
Mm-hmm.
Cody Huff.
Yeah.
Cody Huff, star of the Albers Fishing and Hunting Show.
Yeah.
Takuitu, Smallmouth Disneyland.
Ito.
Connor Jacob, yes.
Mm.
Carl Jochimson,
Yeah.
Chris Johnston,
Yeah.
Corey Johnston,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Kendi, Jeremy
No.
Knepp,
No.
Jordan Lee,
Yes.
Shane LaHue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I've gone this far and I haven't asked one of you to make a mark for every guest that we've had on the show that's in this list.
I'm making a guess to who I know.
Okay.
A legit.
Shane LaHue, Brandon Lester, Lee Livesey,
Yeah. Yep.
Wes Logan,
Yep.
Scott Martin,
Yep.
Trey McKinney,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Milliken,
Yeah.
Kyle Norsetter, Logan Parks,
Yes.
Kyle Patrick, Jacob
Yes.
Poroznik,
Yeah. J-Pal.
Jay Powell, Jay Jacurit,
Shakirat. Mm-hmm.
Alex Redwine,
Yeah.
Tyler Rivette,
Mm-hmm.
The Schlopper,
Yeah. Old Pat.
Brian Schmidt,
Yeah.
Hunter Shryock,
Mm-hmm.
Cody Stahl,
Yes.
Caleb Sumrall,
Yeah.
JT Tompkins, Patrick Walters,
Yep. Yep.
Alex
Yep.
Wetherell,
Yes.
Tyler Williams.
Are you naming the guys over again, or?
No, I'm
No.
down at the bottom.
Yes.
Chris Daldane.
All right,
Yeah.
so I know hit 3/4 of the field.
Yeah.
I redact my statement. I also can't remember my fantasy fishing password.
Yours or ours?
Mine. I can't access
You know,
it.
if you save your password, it automatically populates it when you pull it back up.
I'd love to do that.
Why don't you?
I
Oh, you kids.
don't know how to do that, boss. I don't know.
Hey, Justin. Good to see you. Jack Graves.
Yes.
Guys, we're honestly we're waiting on Louis. So he's in Cali. So we may have a miscommunication on time or something, but so we're waiting on him, and that's why we're talking about the classic right now.
I mean, it's kind of a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
I look forward to checking in on the classic every year, and when it comes close,
Oh my gosh. Do you see who just joined our show? The one and only Antonio Go Gomez.
Oh.
We may have to have that dude on the show.
Okay.
You don't know Antonio Go Gomez, do you?
I guess not, and I feel like I should.
We may just have to have Antonio Go Gomez on this show.
Okay.
He is I don't know if he still does it, but he's a former youth director from New Jersey, I believe. But pours his life and everything into kids fishing and always doing little kids derbies and kids tournaments. And then I also believe he was on the Puerto Rican, like they did a fishing something down in Puerto Rico. We just need to have him on and talk about it. You know, they do those world where the American team goes and fishes against somebody. I believe they did one in Puerto Rico, and he was on the Puerto Rican team, I think. So yeah, he would be a good person to have on this show. We might have to
Cool.
do that. So reach out to me, Go on just message me on the message deal or us. We'll get you on the show sometime. Very very energetic fella he is.
Oh, then we like him.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. What else can we talk about? We might as well talk about the local stuff that's going
We
on.
might as well.
I mean, so I've been trying to figure out all day what this tournament is that Moody and Fitzwater won. So maybe they can tell us because I saw posts that said they won.
USA Bassin.
Oh, USA Bassin.
Yeah.
Because I knew they didn't win the Anglers in Action.
No, we did not.
Because that had 25-pound bag. And
shout out to listener Brandon Ackerson for placing in the top 10. He had a nice bag, like 18 and some change.
It seemed
Nice
like
job.
some different techniques were used this time to catch some good bags of fish. I believe the second or maybe the winners, one of the top 3 teams caught them on a big spinnerbait, shallow. So the fish are definitely moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a week ago they weren't. The top 3 teams had good bags, but then it dropped off really fast. And then this week, it took 14 pounds to get a check or something like that in the Anglers in Action. And so, yeah, I think the fishing's getting better. Should be interesting. This weekend is really not a whole lot going on. We've got the Olathe Bass Club here this weekend. They got the entire place, and I'm going to cook them some chili Friday night, and they're going to cook out on Saturday night.
Did you already get the armadillo?
I did.
Okay.
Found it sleeping in the middle of the road or what?
Yeah. Yeah. And that should be interesting. And then there's a pure fishing team trail here. And that's the one that is no forward facing sonar, no A rig tournament. I think they've been drawing about 15 boats. I don't know how many they'll get. And then next Wednesday is ABA District 65 for all of you folks that can get away on a Wednesday. That'll be the number one first tournament of the year for that division. And this weekend is also ABA 58 on Bone Creek. Is there something else?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Kansas Buddy Bass, Lake of the Ozarks.
I actually think there's a ABA on Stockton as well.
So Moody will be at that one, probably.
Bone Creek and Stockton.
I think he's still in debate mode.
He said ABA at Bone Creek and Stockton.
Yeah.
Circling back through the comments, Mike Miller, I apologize. I am playing two roles tonight. I am in my former role as producer because producer Crank is selling his house this evening. So I didn't hurry. I didn't type anything about Bigfoot. Sorry. I did, however, wear my AFC Richmond Football Club jersey, shirt, whatever it is. Travis Birch, what's up?
Football or football?
Football. Football is life. Antonio caught up there and says he's still fishing with Team Puerto Rico and won the Harris chain. Ended up going to Canada. I think that says Canada, then Italy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have Antonio on. You guys are like Antonio. Go. We call him Go. His friends call him Go. Everybody calls him Go.
Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, tonight would be a good night. If you have a question or a comment or something you want to talk about, now would be a good time to type it in because we don't have our stall tactics show in place, obviously.
Well, you would think that for two guys that can't shut up for 2 hours, we should be able to fill a few minutes.
You would think. I texted him and I texted him.
I can't log into my fantasy fishing now. You guys like screwed it all up or something, or you're telling the fishing.
Well, of course.
I didn't do anything.
Telling the fishing people to block me or something, and
I did. Because of the huge wager we have on our results.
But I was leading everybody by 900 points. So
if you if you use the same password for everything, you never forget it.
Yeah, you often have to change debit cards that way, but yes, you are correct.
I have basically one password. And I, knock on wood, have not had to change anything.
Good. Lucky.
But I also use the password thing where you can just click passwords and it auto fills it for you. 62
Okay.
ladies signed up for Caddo on the Women's Pro Bass Tour next
Cool.
week. Nice. I hope we have that many here.
That's
Travis.
awesome.
That
Hey,
would be
Travis has really been promoting his ladies lately. Not just lately, but really stepped it up lately and doing it. He did a series on each angler, and now he's going back through with the Bassmaster series, and it's cool.
yeah.
It's cool to go and see that stuff. I enjoy it. So good job, Travis. I appreciate it.
Yeah. 10 more ladies. So if we can get 10 more ladies to sign up, they'll break the record.
So you need, what you're saying, Travis, you need 5 boats? Or you need 10
ladies. So
10
I'd say
Okay.
5 boats, 5 boaters, and 5 co-anglers.
Oh,
Maybe.
John, I'm not interrupting you, but Gogo's got to go back to work. He'll be listening.
See you later, Gogo.
All right, Gogo. We'll have you on.
Yeah.
Get with John. We'll have you on. 5 boaters would break the record. Oh, cool. Yeah. I knew that Abby had been helping you. I wasn't sure if she was still involved with that or what. So very cool.
Yep.
Abby's a good kid in spite of her dad. And I hope Brian's listening. Good people.
Most kids are good kids in spite of their parents.
Yeah, I had 2.
I have 2 of those too. Well,
We know
in spite of their dad, I should say.
Jury's still out on mine.
Yeah, you got a ways to go.
Now,
Yeah.
I just saw, before I came back here and logged onto this machine, I saw that maybe somebody got a new bike, and Big Brother taught her to ride it already.
Yep. They decided to do that this morning, is like first thing out of the chute, I guess. I was already at work, and yep.
Nice.
Cool. Hey, Abby's here too. Cool.
Very nice.
Well, I've got to say this. They're just as anxious for the weather to have changed as everybody else is, and so man, their attitudes and their moods have changed. Just waking up when the sun's shining is nice. The only thing that sucks a little bit is the allergies kind of start hitting you a little bit, but
I think that might be what's going on with me, but I don't know for sure.
I think I'm allergic to snow.
Yes, I know I am.
yeah.
I know I am for sure.
So it's always a reach, that the guys are stalling when someone brings up the weather. So
Yeah.
I'm bringing up the weather, and it was 78 here a couple hours ago. When I came in, it was kind of blowing the curtains around, so I shut the windows. And at 7 o'clock in the morning, we're supposed to have blizzard-like conditions and rain changing to snow, and
Yeah,
then 60 again on Thursday.
You need to like start a rain dance or something and light some incense or cross your fingers, or I don't know. You got to do something.
So are you still having trouble getting into your fantasy? Because we could.
Oh,
can you not get in on your computer? Or?
No. Tried to reset password and it won't send me a reset instructions on my email either. So I saw.
This would be a good time to talk about it.
It'd be a great time, and let's just go ahead and get started.
Do you know who you picked?
I have no clue.
Well, who do you pick to win? We could just do.
That sounds
Win.
pretty fishy to me.
You
It
can tell
does.
me. You can tell me all the guys in bucket A, and I'll write it down. And when I get my stupid stuff for it,
You're gonna pick one.
yeah,
You're gonna change it to whatever you say tonight.
I've got a notepad right here. That's how many people I
Have you
know.
already
in the
said
class.
it? Have you already said it though
What's that?
on your phone?
No, I haven't. I haven't accessed fantasy fishing
So
since
you
the last.
haven't done it. Okay, we
Uh,
can do that. We can do that. All right.
Technology sucks.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's
Coming
Yes, it does.
here's bucket A. You ready? Are you ready?
Absolutely.
When I have it pulled up, you have to talk because I can't see you. I'm looking at the other screen. I guess I could pull it up over here. Put it on my other computer.
I have a really. I've got a preconceived notion of who's in bucket A.
Okay, here's bucket A. You ready?
Ben Mosley.
John Cox, John Garrett, Justin Hamner, Cody Huff, Chris Johnston, Corey Johnston, Jordan Lee, Lee Livesey, Trey McKinney, Jay Shakirat, Patrick Walters, and Chris Zaldane.
That's an easy one.
Go ahead.
King of Texas, Livesey.
Okay.
King of Texas. He's the best. He may be the best Texas fisherman in the Classic. I mean, that's easy. That's a no brainer. He'll top 5 anyways.
All right, Danny.
I took Zaldane.
No,
Because why wouldn't you?
Well, because you should pick Patrick Walters.
he's a big fish specialist. He won at Lake Fork. I mean,
And I think he's due a classic.
it's possible.
I don't disagree with either of you.
I think 3 good picks. 3 good picks.
Very good.
All right,
Zaldane. The issue I have with Zaldane, I've got to say this about Zaldane. The issue I have with Chris is
Trait.
Oh, boom.
his go big or go home attitude. This is the tournament that is okay to have, I think. But are you really going to lock a 9-inch mag draft in your hand the whole time and only get maybe 2 bites? That you know what I mean? Like,
No, and I.
or is that really what
he
does?
I mean, it could happen, but I don't know. And I another good pick, Moody and Jack. I struggled whether to pick Patrick or Jordan Lee because Jordan Lee is a bit, 2 classics, have 2 heavy hitters, two heavy hitters. I mean, the dude's a big tournament. He's like the Brooks Koepka of fishing. He just wins the big majors.
Have either one of you guys been to Ray Wiley Hubbard?
I've been there. I weighed the fish at the lake the last classic.
Oh,
because it was in June. Remember, we did the June classic.
oh
and
yeah, that was COVID.
and it was
wasn't
hot, so we weighed the fish at the lake. So I weighed the fish at the lake before they went to the arena. So technically I knew what everybody had before everybody else.
Okay, so technically, how does the lake set up as far as because this is going to give me some insight into my future picks here. I mean, is it like a lake fork? Is it like a? Does it have grass? I mean, can you break it down for us
Got
just
all
a little
that.
bit?
It's got grass. It's got timber. It's got rocks. Hank Terry won it in June on the dam or on the rocks. Throwing a jerk bait.
He was fripping willows too, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, but it sets up like your typical Texas lake.
I see you're not very forthcoming to give up any more details.
Well, I mean, that's about all I know. I mean, I don't know that much about it. Let's move on to
Are
bucket
you
B.
guys just going to argue about this, or
Bucket B. I mean, I can't give him any information if I don't know. All I know is
True.
what I could see from the shoreline and what the anglers said they did last year or last time. Bucket B. You ready? Matt Airy, Drew Benton, Stetson Blaylock, Drew Cook, Jacob Fouts, Greg Hackney, Taku Ito, Brandon Lester, Scott Martin, Ben Milliken, and JT Tompkins. Danny?
I took Hackney because I think he's due. It's been a little while.
I took Scott Martin because he has something to prove.
Yeah, true. A little extra fire in the belly.
Probably my pick that I am least confident about, though, if I'm being honest.
I don't want to pick him, but I have to. He's probably the top. I'm assuming he's the top owned in bucket B, and that's Ben Milliken.
Yes. He is the top owned in bucket B.
You've played this before, haven't you, Kiki?
Yeah, it's another one that, I mean, you might as well call him a Texas native now. He moved from Cali out there or down there, and he's every big ShareLunker and all the trouble that he's in with the ShareLunker program now. He's got something to prove.
He might be in more trouble than he realizes. Because rumor has it, and you know what they say about rumors. They're looking at his videos, his YouTube channel.
How much fishing did he do without a fishing license?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, and
it's all recorded. I mean,
well, and he's making a lot of money off of doing that stuff too. And that, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in his box.
That's why I did not pick him.
Bad
Because
juju?
no, just because I think no matter how cool he is about all that, it's got to weigh on a guy that
Yeah.
people are looking at him like that. Intentional, unintentional. That's why I'm a little leery of picking Scott Martin, because I think of everything that happened, that's got to weigh on him too, and maybe he'll be trying a little too hard. But it would be quite a story to. It'd be kind of like the Brandon Polinick, where when Chris Bose and I DQ'd him up on the Mississippi River, and then he went to St. Lawrence and won the next tournament.
Well, let's just hope Martin doesn't solicit information for the Classic, and he'll be okay.
I think he probably learned his lesson. I would guess. I would guess that he learned his lesson. I would hope. All right, bucket C. Will Davis Jr., Kyoya Fujita, Cooper Gallant. It's Gallant.
It's Gallant. It's Schlopper and it's Gallant.
Per Coop.
Okay.
Per Coop. Coop says, I don't care. Call me what you want. But when he's pushed on it, he will tell you Gallant.
Gallant. Okay.
Robert G., Jeff Gustafson, Shane LaHue, Wes Logan, Tyler Rivette, Hunter Shryock, Caleb Summerall, and Tyler Williams.
Bunch of rookies. And then there's one. Go ahead, Danny.
I think it's my turn.
It's your turn.
If we're rotating. I took the guy that is number 2 by 2/10 owned in this bucket. Number 2 by 2/10. Will Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyoya Fujita is 23.5 and Will Davis is 23.3 owned. And I just picked Will because he's fishing really good right now. I think he's pretty confident. He can do everything. You know, he can flip a jig, he can throw a minnow, pitch a minnow, whatever you want to call that stuff. I think he's somebody to watch out for in that bucket. Kyle.
I mean, my initial thoughts were Will Davis is the only one to pick in the whole bucket, and I wrote his name down first. I agree with everything you just said. I think he's fishing good. I mean, Polnick kind of made all of those guys in that honey hole at Okeechobee silly. But regardless, Will Davis Jr. still found that same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started there the same as Polnick in that tournament. Polnick just outfished him with different baits and all that stuff. Anyways, yes, Will's fishing extremely good, and that's who I got.
I mean, if those guys don't all leave on day 2 or whatever the 34-pound bag day was, if those guys don't all leave and for a little bit, and Polnick made the right decision to stay, if they don't leave, who knows what happens?
Yeah.
Will catches one of them 9-pounders.
Mm-hmm.
A whole different ball game.
I mean, I looked at it, the same, and I also looked at it as, Greg DePalma. He found those fish too. He caught a mega bag out of there. So kudos to all 3 or 4, however many guys there was. I know 3 for sure.
4. Tim Doobie.
Tim Doobie, thank you. I was thinking 4. I mean, kudos to all 4 of them because they fished well in a group together. And can you believe that there wasn't any controversy in that? Yes,
because who the 4 were. Yes, yeah. I do believe that.
Right. And 100%. And there's only about one thing they got in common, I think. But, yeah. Will Davis Jr. for the dub.
All right. Bucket D.
Danny, who'd you pick for bucket C?
Oh,
Caleb Sumrall.
Oh, I didn't get to you. Sorry.
That's all right. We forget the little people. It's okay.
Caleb Sumrall.
I picked Caleb because I was going to take Will, and I thought this is not like a regular derby. This is go out and, I mean, yeah, you need to be consistent every day, but you got to go out and swing for it too. And that's the kind of thing that Caleb does. So
That's right.
And he's a guest.
And he's a guest. Former nation champion. All right. Bucket D. Justin Atkins.
Alabama Hammer.
Eastern Fothergill. Wesley Gore. Carl Jakobson. Logan Parks. Kyle Patrick. Jacob Poroznik. Alex Redwine. Pat Schlopper. Brian Schmidt. And Alex Wetherell.
I only wrote 4 names down. I mean, Justin Atkins, if he does well, he's earned it because he's been around a long time. But Mr. Pork himself with a jig, Pat Schlopper. Oh, Uncle Josh.
Third lowest owned in that bracket.
Sweet. That's how you make up points.
I can't
You know who
remember.
the highest owned in that bucket is?
I didn't write them all down.
Who is it?
Logan Parks.
Huh.
I
That's
picked
interesting.
the number 2. I picked the number 2 in the most owned in that bucket again. Seems to be a pattern here.
I think maybe guys forget what Pat Schlopper did when they went to Texas in
Yeah.
the elites.
Well, he had one good tournament down there. He didn't back it up, or it was vice versa.
He did catch him at Fork though,
Yeah.
and if it sets up anything like Fork, he caught
He
him
almost
there.
won Toledo Bend.
Yeah,
Almost won Toledo Bend.
and he's been at Toledo, I know, numerous times.
Yeah.
So the dude knows. I mean, Uncle Josh Pork Frog and a black and blue jig, and the trophy's headed to his place.
Maybe.
I mean,
Danny.
The Schlopper.
I mean, if somebody say, "Bring me my freaking flipping stick," it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna catch him flipping. I know they are.
Yeah.
If there's a log bite, somebody with a flipping stick's gonna figure it out.
Well, that would probably be Greg Hackney.
Yeah. And he's due up. If he does well, he's due up.
He is.
I mean, he's due up.
Oh, is it my turn? I chose Justin Atkins.
Yeah. I mean, he catches them. He's due up too. He's been there.
Yep. Out of that group, maybe one of the most experienced.
Yeah.
Out of that bucket, besides Poroznik. Logan Martin is probably the richest in that bucket. since he won $500,000 in his with old Tucker, or his half.
Oh, yeah.
His half of it was $500,000. All right, bucket E, final bucket. These are the ones that nobody knows, pretty much. Dylan Akins, Kyle Austin, Bobby Bakewell. Is that the team champ winner?
Mm,
It's a young
no,
kid.
I think I thought that kid's name was like Tyler or Tate or something like that.
Tyler Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby Bakewell, Josh Butler, Tyler Campbell. That's your team champion. Him and his dad. And then he came out on top. Blake Capps, Connor Jacob, Jeremiah Kindy, Jeremy Knepp, Kyle Norsetter, Cody Stahl.
I'll go first. This is a no-brainer, I think. Kyle Austin, 2024 Bassmaster Opens champion. He's got my first name. There's a point. And he went through
Kyle Norsetter then.
Well, because this Kyle went through the gauntlet and came out as the champion.
True.
I mean,
was he the champion?
2024 Bassmaster Open champion, Santee Cooper.
Why is Kyle Norsetter so? He's the highest pick in this bucket.
Probably because he's
from Wisconsin.
Maybe he has more followers on his social media or something. People
maybe
like
him.
it.
Maybe. I mean,
could be. Didn't think about that. That's a possibility.
That's your biggest owned in that bucket by a long ways, 36%. Danny?
Connor Jacob.
Because you fished with him.
Mm-hmm. And my back still hurts.
So he knows how to run a boat.
So he picks up that check, son. He better kick some up.
What? Was he one of the boats that sank down there in practice? Because this is what I want to talk about next.
Oh, my. I wouldn't think so, because he grew up fishing the Great Lakes. And then as he got into high school and then went to college, obviously he went to, moved to Alabama. But, yeah, he grew up fishing the Great Lakes. And I'm going to tell you what, Kerr was a Great Lake that day. Because if the waves had been maybe 6 inches taller and 6 inches farther apart, we'd have been on dry ground between them.
John, what's the winning weight?
You don't want to hear my last pick?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you already chose.
Mm-hmm. I chose the second largest in the bucket. I think that's the third or fourth one that were the second most picked in the bucket. Blake Capps.
Cool.
Do you know him very well?
I don't, but I think he's a pretty good stick. I think he's maybe He hasn't done too well so far in the elites, but I'm hoping that maybe the first two elites under his belt has got the nerves down a little bit. And, I think all the guys in this bucket are going to be nervous. They're all pretty much rookies in this, first time classic guys, I think most of them. So that's who I went with. And for my weight, I said 74 pounds and 10 ounces.
Oh my. Woo. What do you think the big bass of the tournament's going to be?
I think we may have one over 10. I think. And I think you'll have a 30-pound bag. And I think if a guy catches a 30-pound bag and a couple 20-pound bags, they'll be, that's 70. Possibility. If they get a fish all 3 days.
There's the question. I don't ever remember that happening. Has there ever been a delay like that in the Classic? Or miss a day or
Not that I know of.
Yeah. I don't ever remember one.
Not that I know of. I mean, we've had delays.
Well, yeah, I meant, canceling or postponing or whatever. But
That was a lot of guys are talking about that, Are they going to fish all 3 days? What will happen if they have to cancel Friday? Or I'm not sure what day everybody's concerned about. I know they've been talking about it, and they're concerned about the weather on at least one of the days. Or the wind. I think it's mainly wind. Let's see what it's supposed to be.
While John's looking that up, okay, now Jack has already said that he's going to be there. How many of you watching are going to be at the Classic at some point this weekend? I had planned to go. Plans fall through. That's all there is to it.
I mean, 15 to 25 on Friday. I guess that's what they're concerned about. 10 to 20 on Saturday, 10 to 20 on Sunday. So maybe they're concerned about Friday. If it's blowing 10 miles an hour on Friday morning, they're going to go.
Oh yeah.
It would have to be a major. It would have to be like maybe blowing 15 or 20 already, and it's supposed to get up to 25 with gusts to 40, then that might. But I think they'll go. If not, if they don't go on Friday for some reason, I would imagine, just from my experience, that it would be a 2-day derby. There's too much going on to. Heck, there might be a concert or in the arena. And as soon as that Classic's over, I mean, Danny, you've been in there when the crowd is gone, and they're already got half the crap torn down by the time the crowd is out of the arena.
Yeah, that's amazing.
and they have to because there's something else coming in that arena, next weekend or Wednesday night. There could be a concert on Tuesday night. So they won't extend it into Monday. Now, if there was a tie on Sunday, if there was a tie for first place on Sunday, they would fish the tiebreaker on Monday, but that would be a made for TV live on the internet something, and they would weigh in probably at the lake, or they wouldn't do it in the arena and they wouldn't bring people in. The show's over, the expo's over, everybody's gone. It would just be a made for TV thing or made for live, and they would do it live. Probably some type of short, couple of 2 or 3 hour fish off,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even the first fish caught. They'd give the. We've talked about this many times. What would we do? And if a lot of people say first fish caught, well, if it's something like that, it would be, Chris Bowes would go with one guy and Lisa Talmadge would go with another guy. They would run to their spots and they'd kind of do it MLF style. They would count down to first cast at 7 a.m. and then they'd take it from there. They record the time when the first fish was caught, and that would be your winner or first legal fish, or whatever that's just one idea. I'm not saying that's what they would do. That's if it was first fish caught thing, it would be something similar to that. It could be a 2 or 3 hour bring us back your best 5 to the boat ramp and we'll weigh them. Could be that, or it could be an all day. It's kind of like golf. Golf, different tournaments have different playoff. Some are you go back to the 18th and you play it. Some you go back to a different hole and you play it. Some you wait till Monday and you play 18. Play all 18 holes for a playoff. So it just varies.
I want to see it Ray Scott style one more time. Throw them in an airplane. Tell them where they're going when they get on the airplane. Let them pack a half a dozen rods and 10 pounds of tackle in a suitcase and let the chips fall where they may.
That'd be cool. It'll never happen, but that'd be cool.
Little modern day throwback.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You didn't tell me what your weight was. Did you guys tell me your weights?
No. And it's definitely not 7410.
I'm just going by what I'm hearing.
See how it gets in your head like that.
I'm just hearing it's going to be a good, there's a classic. I'm hearing there's a potential to break the classic records.
I mean, I would like to see an 80-pound 3-day, but I'm guessing 65, 66, somewhere in the mid 60s.
Yeah. I honestly, I can't remember. I know I took something in the 60s. For some reason, 68 sticks in my head, and that may be what it was.
That's good.
I can't get to it right now.
I can't either.
Well, I don't own enough devices to look it up.
All right, so let's get our listeners or our watchers. I see Moody's said Jordan Lee. Jack Graves said Jordan Lee. Mike Miller said Milliken, but I don't know if that was for the bucket or for the win.
I think some of those were when we were picking out
The
of the bucket.
buckets.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us who you got for a win.
There you go. I like Dennis's attitude.
Will Davis Jr. I'd like to see that.
Good people.
You know what's crazy is the names in these buckets, John, that you read, and who is not in the Classic. That's what's wild to me. Every year, it just seems like, wow, you know, that guy did not make the cut, didn't make the Classic, didn't do well in Angler of the Year, whatever it might be. And, you know, obviously the elites, you know, only taking a really small amount and then inviting a lot of others from Nation Opens, all that stuff, you know, to fill that 50 spot. But the Prodigy didn't make it.
No. But look what he's done with it. Yeah, Devin picked Brandon to win it. Shows how much he's Brandon Polinack, Devin Pinell. It's not fishing, Devin.
Can't get my mouse to work.
You got all kinds of problems.
I'm struggling, boys.
Yeah, Brandon's not in it.
Gerald,
Swindle, Menendez,
A lot of guys.
Matt Herron.
Oh, Devin.
Uh,
I think it's possible that, yeah, he is that good.
he is that good. But I mean, look what he's doing with the motivation that from last year's quote unquote bad year for him. You know, look what he's done with it so far.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to be in the Classic next year.
If you win an event, aren't you in the Classic?
Just the Opens.
Just the Opens. Okay, I didn't realize that.
They took the win and you're in elites out a few years ago. They put it in for like a year, one year, and then they took it out again. They put it in, they took it out, and then they put it in. I think if you win the last event, so who won that, if you win the St. Lawrence or whatever the last event was last year, you would have been in if you weren't in already. They do that to keep the anglers fishing.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are not in the running to make the Classic and not in the Angler of the Year race. What reason do they have to spend, $5,000 and go fish the St. Lawrence on that last tournament of the year when they're out of it? So they put that Classic win and you're in back in that last tournament of the year. I think they're doing that again this year, but I don't know that for sure. Pretty sure they are, but
So let's talk about something that was posted on social media, and a video of a guy trying to get his boat on the trailer that went viral at Classic practice. What's the general rule? Does Bass say, okay, guys, obviously here's official practice, here's your official practice days. Obviously, they're not going to hold everybody's hand and say you have to go to this ramp and do this, right? Can they send out some sort of a warning that says,
They probably did. They probably did. They probably sent out a text that morning that said, there's severe wind. Here's the forecast. They're not going to say they can't go fish because they can trailer. They don't have to put in on the windy side.
Right.
So if they would have said it's too windy to practice, they would have caught all living hell from
Like
other
you said.
anglers that were planning on that used frankly, used their God-given common sense and put in where they on the non-windy side.
Yeah.
That angler that went viral. I mean, how old is he? How experienced is he?
The thing that come to mind, though, yeah, he was doing something that I definitely wouldn't have done, and I wouldn't have put in on that side. I know that for a fact. Especially if there's another ramp choice that's maybe in a better covered up area. But the thing that bothered me maybe the most about that video is the lack of help that he had. I know I think there was somebody in the truck.
Yeah.
I think I saw somebody in the driver's seat.
There was.
But
in his truck?
In his truck.
Oh, I don't know if there was in his truck.
But
there was in the truck that was taking the video. There was guys that were watching.
Exactly.
With the initials BM.
and maybe maybe it was one of those deals where I can't even defend that because it's just stupid. I can't. If I see somebody struggling, I'm going to try to help them.
Yeah.
And, I don't need somebody to help me if they are just as panicked as maybe I am. I need somebody that knows what they're doing. I'm pretty sure the person that was taking that video knew how to help. So instead of trying to get viewers and followers, maybe put your cell phone on the dash and take one for the team. I don't know. It just
think maybe you would have got more positive clicks and views if you'd have put that camera on the dash and showed yourself helping.
Yeah. That's a good point too.
I was just in sheer shock that the dude looked like he was having a really hard time in his boat. There was obviously somebody in the truck that backed that trailer in for him, I'm pretty sure. And nobody was standing by the winch stand to try to hook the winch up to the bow eye. Or I'm like, and maybe it was covered up. Maybe there was somebody there. I don't know, but why would the guy in the boat be trying to get from behind the console where the steering wheel and your controls are? Why would the guy in the boat be trying to do that and get on the front deck if there was somebody standing at the jack of the trailer to hook the winch up to the bow eye? I don't think.
I don't know how the truck got down on the ramp, but I don't know if there was anybody in the truck or not. If there was, I think I would have said, take this truck around to the other side of the lake and I'll drive over there.
I heard there was another rookie in the truck. Or sort of rookie in the truck. I also heard that the guy that was videotaping, his video went viral and then BM shared that video. I don't know if that's true or not, but just the whole situation just was like, what is going on here?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know there's got to be more than one boat ramp on that lake.
There is. Absolutely.
I mean, shoot, when the wind blows hard at Big Hill and it's at us the north, I put it at Timber Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Common
depends.
sense.
Yeah,
It's common sense.
Oh, we don't want to get off in the woods about common sense. Let's switch up off of the classic. I mean, I know it's everything, and it's the Super Bowl. And it is. Nobody else can. Everybody else has great circuits, great events. They don't have the classic. The classic is it. Period. But we had some guests. We almost had a father son and other son final the other day at Hartwell, and that would have been completely off the chain, I think.
Yeah.
And little brother grabbed the win. 115 grand. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it's just kind of funny that he's the one we didn't have on the show.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we could claim that we meant just the Marshall family.
Yeah.
The next time they won, they had to come back. All three of them come back on the show.
I'm just looking to see if I got a response. From Marty, I posted on his site.
I'm going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
You grab one. Grab one for me. So who's been watching the NPFL? Or I guess not been watching, but who watched the first event, NPFL?
What was I doing? I was trying to watch a little bit of it.
They crashed their site.
I think, and I heard Luke talking about it on his podcast today or yesterday. They know they had some issues. I think there was a lot of people watching, Devin. I think there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of people watching.
I saw the reason where I was going with that is I saw a post earlier. I didn't save it. I should have. Just, of course, you can advertise anything you want, but just crushing numbers for views and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you could not get their live feed on their website to work.
But I think the main issue with that was I don't know if anybody caught it or noticed it. It's not the same company they've been with.
No, it's not.
The last 4 years. That Fix TV or PHYX or whatever, they had it down pretty good, or they were getting it down pretty good. And then they're with a new company this year. And when you switch everything, all your streaming and, I can remember the days when Bassmaster was horrible. Their live stream I used to get so frustrated because that's all we had was live stream of the weigh-ins. And, 9 out of 10 times it was so frustrating to watch you couldn't watch it back in the beginning. It's since, JM and all the companies, they've got it figured out, and MLF has theirs figured out. And MPFL, it was their first tournament with this new company.
Yeah.
That in combination with, I think, a lot of people watching. Again, you got to take stuff with a grain of salt from these companies. When MLF tells you they have more viewership than anybody on the planet, yeah, I mean, that's not correct. They may, when you count all the 74,000 reruns of the same tournament that's on the Outdoor Network, I mean, you turn it on and it's a tournament you've seen 17 times already. They count that as viewers. Well, you know, that's a lot different than
Right.
live on Fox Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Complete different. You got to read between the lines. And so, their
Yeah,
viewers probably weren't as high as they say they were, but they were high enough that it caused problems. And along with their new company that they're with, uh, it'll probably still have problems the next tournament, but it will get better
Oh, they'll fix.
throughout the year, throughout the season.
you got to have a special channel to watch MLF. That's what I'm like
What do you mean?
upset about. On television, you can watch, like if you pay a certain amount of money, you can watch.
Are you talking about Go Outdoors?
Yeah,
I mean, they're still reruns.
I know.
They
And
show
it's
the
like,
they show the newest ones first, and then because they want you to pay for that. But the Outdoor Network, shows all their stuff that you don't have to pay for, or it's on your if you have it on your cable. Some people don't have the Outdoor channel on their cable.
that's what I'm saying. And it's like, that's why I like Bassmaster a little bit better, is because it's, it's still on a Saturday morning or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought MPFL was going to do a trial deal with the GoPros. Like, since everybody's required to have a GoPro, you were going to be able to get on a website and pick which angler you wanted to watch.
I think that's I'd be shocked if the MPFL came out with that first.
Okay. I thought that's who I was hearing that from, but maybe I was wrong.
That's been talked about for a long time, I'm sure, with all three. And apparently it must not be as easy as,
Yeah.
because hasn't happened yet. But yes, I agree. On any one of them would be awesome if you could just, I want to watch Brandon Palaniuk all day long.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay $6.99 and I'll watch him all day.
Danny, I think was it you a couple weeks ago kind of alluded to an Elite Series Pro that I think is trying to kind of do that. The dude that had the Starlink on his motor.
Oh, Logan Parks.
Because
he's just trying to go live on Facebook or something all day, or YouTube all day.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, he's kind of doing that on his own.
Yeah.
And proving that
there may be something in the rules. There used to be something in the rules where they could not do that because, again, the Fox wants to have the rights to the live. Now they may be able to do it if they're not on camera, like if Logan Parks has a camera in his boat, he probably can't do that. But if he doesn't have a camera in his boat, he probably can. Right? Because Fox has the rights to whatever, and it's got to be shown first.
Right. Who knows? Oh, good point. Matt Roth says in the comments here, anybody that doesn't know, classic coverage on Saturday and Sunday will be on Fox and not on FS1.
Yeah, Big Fox.
Big Fox.
Real Fox.
I watched a little bit on the Roku channel the other day too with Bass, and that was all right. I enjoyed that.
I did not. I don't even know how to do that.
Danny, I actually did too, because that ancient TV that I have in my garage out here, I've got internet ran to it, and I do the Roku thing on it.
How do you do it? You just turn on your TV and go to what?
Roku.
Like the Roku app on your TV?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's a Bassmaster channel on Roku.
Right. So I got a Roku TV, and you need to explain this to me, and I'm sure people like Mark Moody and others that are on this watching. I got a Roku TV.
Okay, so you click your TV on.
Yeah.
You're going to your panel that shows all of the channels you have. You click Roku, pulls it up, and it'll show Bassmaster, Bass Opens, and I was watching the Open because they're doing, the Roku channel. I can't remember if it's.
Yeah, turn it on.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed just a little bit. I've got YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And I watched them on a regular TV channel on YouTube TV. So I did not actually watch them on Roku. I have Roku, and I'm going to follow your directions and figure out how to get Bassmaster.
Yeah, turn your camera around so I can see that. Yeah, so you turn it on. Okay. Now, where do you find? You just look for the Roku app.
It says Roku channel.
Yep, there you go.
And so you highlight it and you hit good or whatever.
Okay.
And of course, you have to have one of them sticks, right, Danny, to plug into your HDMI.
Not if it's a Roku TV.
Well, but this one's not.
Yeah.
So I had to buy one of those sticks at Walmart to
Fire stick or whatever, or a Roku stick.
And obviously, I've got every kid's channel and thing out here to entertain the kiddos and some cooking stuff. All right, DB. Now what?
Just so he clicked on Roku, and then you just type in Bassmaster or something.
Yeah, just do a search for Bassmaster or Bass Opens.
All right.
Hey, play the intro music. Play the intro music.
No, are we starting now?
So there it is, Mr. John. There's some stuff on Okeechobee right there.
Nice. Okay. Yes, Mark. All of our rooms have Roku TVs. So, yep.
Says watch now, and Danny, thank you.
Well,
There you
certainly.
go.
I had no clue that was on there. That makes me a lot happier.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize it until whatever the last Open was. I went Roku channel. What?
That's outstanding.
I just played with it and found it. So there you go.
Awesome.
There's your IT segment for the
We
week.
learned something. We learned something today.
That is absolutely hilarious, because now that's all that TV's going to be on is rerun crap, as Jim says.
Great. All right, Kyle. Before we get too distracted, you got to give us we've already given our classic picks.
Oh, shoot. I haven't even been thinking about that.
Oh, you got to hurry.
Have you done it?
No.
Well,
I've been busy painting and getting my house ready for sale and all that.
Hey, let's just
Hold on.
cut to the chase on it. Who wins the classic?
Who wins the classic? Hold on. Let me just get. I don't even know who's all in the field. I haven't even been paying attention.
Well, not Polinick.
Yeah, Brandon's not in it.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, let me get in here.
What else can
Here
we
we
talk
go.
about while he's doing that?
Upcoming podcasts.
Well, I think we're going to have Louis Fernandes on at some point.
Maybe we should just say that he's going to be on every week until he's on.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm in about 35 minutes, if we can hang on that long. I am betting he gets on because it'll be 7 o'clock there.
Oh,
I mean, I put Central Time in the email.
I did too in my text.
In about 35 minutes, he can get on, and I will get off.
see, that's
At that point, we will say, we'll have you, week after next, because we have a guest next week who I'm pretty sure will get on. We'll keep that secret for a little bit.
Hey, Fitz, nice job. Nice job catching a couple fish your guys' way.
Yeah,
Not the.
How much did they have? How much weight did they have?
That's a good Moody question or Fitz.
Yeah,
question.
okay.
I know Fitz caught a spinnerbait fish on a spinnerbait that he made.
Yeah, I saw that.
So kudos to that. I mean,
Moody was throwing a minnow.
Yeah, Moody was front boating the crap out of him with a minnow, and Richard was trying to throw a spinnerbait up shallow, and so shout out to Richard.
Yep.
Little
Awesome.
chartreuse caboose.
All right. So.
Okay. Anyway, I got my picks done for you
Okay.
guys.
Wow, that was quick.
wow.
Yeah, I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I got other stuff on my mind.
He does it about like I do. Click,
Yeah.
click, click.
All right.
So,
Tell us, and we'll tell you whether we agree or not.
all right, that's fine. You'll probably disagree. Group A, I got Patrick Walters.
Boom, shakalaka. You and me.
There we go.
The other two guys, they picked somebody else.
Okay. Group B, I got Taku Ito.
Oh, okay. Nobody picked him.
Okay. Group C, I got Will Davis Jr.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody picked Will.
Group D, I bet you guys didn't pick Carl Jochimson.
No, nobody picked Carl.
I like Carl. Then Group E, I picked Blake Capps.
Yes.
Good pick.
So,
And what's your winning weight?
hold on. I didn't do that yet.
And who you picking to win it all?
It's 3 days. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
4 fish for 9 something, Moody said.
4 fish for 9 something.
Man.
That's a little low.
Well,
I'm gonna go 63 pounds and 4 ounces.
Who's winning the whole shooting match?
Patrick Walters.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good picks. Good picks.
We'll see. Sometimes you just fly by the seat of your pants and maybe it works out.
Yeah.
Crank, you can mark my words. Pat Slopper's going to pull out his fripping stick and black and blue Josh pork frog him to death.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think we all would. I think we all would.
You know, in the nearly year it's been that we've been doing this, Pat's been one of my favorite guys that we've had on.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of dude you could just sit down with on the tailgate like we're doing have a
Yep.
cold beer. About 10 minutes later, somebody has a bag of deer sticks they got in the cooler somewhere.
Hallelujah.
You know, just sit there and visit.
Yeah.
Well, Crank, the really, really important question. Did the people like the house?
Yeah.
We had 3 viewings today, 1 offer so far, and we have 3 viewings tomorrow scheduled so far. Maybe more to get scheduled between now and then.
Wow.
We're supposed to have one Friday, but I don't know if we'll wait until Friday. I told our realtor to text them and tell them they probably need to get here a little sooner.
Have you scouted for a house big enough in Nickerson?
No. Will not be moving to Nickerson. Lived there once before. Will not go
Yeah,
back.
he used to live there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was when I was a kid, but I will not.
We
go
all
back.
used to live there.
That's right. If you lived in Hutch, you lived in Nickerson at one point.
And Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
I haven't done the Bueller thing yet, but
Bueller.
trying to get in Bueller School District at least.
My first wife and I lived in Bueller. That's enough about that.
My son has pants on this time, just so everybody knows. Over the weekend, we didn't have any curtains because I was painting, and so we had to. Maybe we broke him of running around naked in the house for a little bit.
Kids, they do that.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Now he thinks he's famous.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
But yeah, so the house hunting there's not a lot in Hutch right now that fits our needs. So that's the scary part. So
Yes.
we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll live in a van down by the river.
It'll be all right.
I mean, Chris Farley did it. What's wrong with it for us?
Mhm.
Well, I know. Yeah.
What
I
would
don't see
be
anything.
the carriers if it didn't have no gas in it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that wouldn't be good. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it. You could do the Evan Hartnett and sell your 3-bedroom house and live in a 2-bedroom apartment for a year while he builds your new house.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
selling our lot too, though. So
2-bedroom apartment sounds exquisite.
we're in a
Doesn't it?
2-bedroom house now, so that wouldn't be a whole lot different.
Yeah, John, your camper was bigger than this apartment too, and they got 4 kids.
Yeah, that was a mess.
Oh hell!
I wouldn't sign up for that at all.
No.
Evan came to my house a lot.
Oh, Evan says hi, by the way, down in the comments.
Hi, Evan.
Cannonball.
I still laugh about his seating arrangements during Chiefs games.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. That's a requirement. Of course, he's been outside all the time lately because he keeps going to the games.
Yeah, you got to quit that.
Yeah, that's
Evan.
not fair.
Danny, what's going on in the KBN world?
This weekend, the first KBN Team Series event, Kansas Buddy Bass at Lake of the Ozarks on the 23rd.
You got a lot of boats signed up?
I honestly don't know. That's Drew Barnaby's deal. They're handling all that. Don't have any access to it. So
how's that work again? You have to fish 2?
3. They have
3.
8 events. You need to fish 3 to qualify for the championship.
Okay.
Or if you want to put it another way, to be eligible for the championship.
Yeah. And
then the championship is the weekend before the Kansas State Championship at Grant. So if guys
Do you know the schedule off the top of your head? Not the dates, but like just where they're going.
What is there? I think there's 5 Missouri lakes, 3 Kansas lakes. They're doing, or no, there's four Kansas lakes, but one is Saturday, Sunday at 2 different lakes. They're doing like Clinton and Perry one weekend,
Yeah.
a Milford one day, and a Melbourne one day. Lake of the Ozarks, Truman, all the usual suspects.
So, Bass Nation first event is when?
Which, what? Who? Us?
Yeah.
Kansas Bass Nation?
Yeah.
First event is this Saturday, Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay. You had me confused when you said you were out of control of it. I got
the schedule. I got the schedule.
Have anything to do with it.
I got it pulled up. Lake of the Ozarks this weekend, Sunday. There are Sunday events. Some of them are 2-day, like you said. Mozingo, where's that at?
Kind of
Jesse Jordan's favorite.
Northeast of Kansas City.
I mean, I've heard of it. Is it good fishing?
I think it is.
There, it's one of those little places that
April 26th and 27th. Really? April 26th and 27th. Truman, May 17 and 18. Milford, June 8. Palmy, July 20. Stockton, August 24th. Melbourne, September 21. Clinton and Perry, October 18, 19. And Grand Championship, the 15th and 16th of November. So the weekend before the nation, or the Kansas Nation. Man, I wouldn't mind trying to. What would I fish besides Stockton and Palmy? Melbourne, I guess, is the next closest one, probably. Truman.
Yeah.
Truman. Maybe Truman. You got to fish 3 of them. Okay.
And the way they're doing it to decide who the Kansas State champions are that go on to national is from the Grand Championship event. So you need only fish 3 to get into Grand.
Yep. And then the Grand is the 4th tournament.
Yeah.
To qualify for the team championship. I got you. I wish I always have all these grandeur notions to friggin' fish this stuff, and then it never works out.
Understand.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, switching gears for just a brief second. You guys have any good tips for a decent spinnerbait storage solution for a co-angler? Because this ain't working out too hot for me. This little bag, because it turns into this.
Just get one of the. They have a 3700 size series box that they lay flat.
Okay.
Kind of at an angle. And
all right. So that was my next
put
question.
them in my bag.
This is what happens when you store your jerk baits in the same box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see
You
if I can
reach
find
for
the box
one,
I have.
You reach for one and you pull 10.
Yeah. Devin and I have the same sponsor program for our tackle storage, and that's a Ziploc bag.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to say that's borrow from Moody.
No, that's
So,
cigar storage.
so I think your bag is fine, but you need to put your spinner baits in another, like in a. So, Bass Mafia makes a spinnerbait box, but it's not for the co-angler, it's for your boat. But inside that box is little plastic, I don't know, they're almost like Ziplocs, but they don't zip shut. They just have like a it's not magnetic, but it's kind of like that, a strip that keeps the top closed, but it's almost like a Ziploc. And you just put one spinnerbait in each one of those.
What if
So,
you're obsessed like I am and have 100?
well, you don't need 100 on the boat. You asked the question for the co-angler.
Yeah, you're not supposed to bring your whole tackle supply.
You asked the co-angler a solution for a co-angler. I'm telling you, your bag that you got is good, but just get like some of them 5 of those and take 5 spinnerbaits, or 10 of those and take 10, put them in that, and then put them in that bag, and they will not get tangled up.
Okay. I'll try that.
That or
Bass Mafia.
get you one of these Plano Edge spinnerbait boxes, the 3700 size that goes in the bag.
So
I
it's
don't
true.
have a 3700. Mine's a big one, I guess, because I've got all my spinner baits and buzz baits in my Plano Edge. I like the Plano Edge tackle boxes.
They are nice.
They are nice. I've tried, I had all Bass Mafia at one time, and the hinges break on them, and they don't keep your hooks from rusting. And these Plano Edges, they're nice, and they got the little cartridges in the middle of them that keep the moisture out of your tackle box.
I have to check them out.
Yes.
Oh, I had forgotten. Thank you, Richard Fitzwater. Yes, I've done that before too. Take a 3700 box and cut notches in it.
Yeah.
So that
that's like exactly what the box I have is, but it was designed like that. I couldn't find it on the internet. I don't think they make it anymore.
I don't think so either.
Because that's exactly what my box is, but it was made like that. And they lay just like at a slight angle. I fit like probably 40 spinner baits in that thing.
Richard is a really crafty person to have
he is.
on call. That's all I have to say about that. He's a crafty individual. That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm infatuated, but the problem is I really suck at storing them.
I wish I had a picture on my computer to throw up of my new glide bait storage system, because I was not about to pay $250 for one of those Lakewood glide bait boxes.
Oh, that's sexy.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's good looking.
That is back when War Eagle used to take custom orders, fellas.
That's the good stuff there.
That's juice.
That's the juice.
The blade combination, the frame, and the head, and the skirt color is not something that you can buy at War Eagle any longer. So I'm not afraid to show it.
Good man, Devin. brings up, what about your chatterbait storage?
Plano Edge, man. I'm telling you, I've got 2 boxes, and I keep my chatterbaits and my like big jigs. One little box, and they're about that thin. They're about like that. They're 3,700, width, but they're about that thick. They're thin, and you open it up, and they got these. You just put the jig head down in between the. So you got these little things all through the little stick up things all through in rows, and you put that jig head down in there or chatterbait head down in there, and they don't move, and you just pull them out. I mean, they're nice. I've got like a box that's half chatterbaits and half big jigs, and I got another box that's like finesse jigs and smaller. You know, I keep them by size, so I got like my half-ounce jigs and my half-ounce chatterbaits, half and half, and then my, you know, 3/8 or whatever jigs, my finesse jigs. Plano Edge.
I looked at it.
I love them. They fit snug in there and they don't move. You just reach in and grab the hook and pull them out.
I found if I just put a bunch of tackle in a box, then they don't move either.
That looks like my jerkbait box. That reminds me of my jerkbait box for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you should look at those Plano Edges. They're nice.
I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out.
I tried some different ones.
Now Kisser's tinkering over there.
He saw something shiny.
I
You
love
touched one, and now you can't put them down.
Yep. Well, guys, it's been fun. My kids just got home from Tulsa. Spring break this week.
Mm-hmm.
This week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on spring break down here too.
Emily took them to Tulsa for the day. She's a saint of the family, and she just texted and said they're home. So I haven't seen them.
Well, go look at them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What haven't we covered tonight? We covered a lot of stuff.
Local stuff.
We covered the local
results.
stuff.
We mentioned Brandon had a nice check the other day.
He did.
Moody and Richard. Oh, Chris Johnson finished 20th. The Bass Nation Open qualifier at Pickwick last week.
Yep. That was good.
There's
3 places shy.
There's a dude that has greatly increased his, and I think it's just getting used to doing it. His media presence. He does a YouTube video almost every day.
Yeah.
If not, and they're always I love. He's a good friend anyway, and I enjoy watching him.
Yeah.
He could talk about Lucy on a riding lawnmower for 15 minutes, and I'd listen.
And you are who?
We need to do
You
that
would,
sometime.
who would you be?
And you are
And
who?
you are? And you are?
Oh, Devin, good night. Youngest broke her elbow.
That's not good. That is not good. Well,
What's
he's
she fell
young.
off of?
She's young, but the elbow is nothing to be messing with. Mine still isn't right from 2 years ago.
Yeah, do not drive a mower off a
Off a
retaining
cliff. Off a cliff.
off a cliff.
Mm.
Don't drive your Don't drive your old snapper with the engine in the back and the little. Don't drive that sucker off of.
Wait, was it a
retaining wall.
3-wheel one?
No,
Oh
it's
man.
4-wheel.
He was just trying to make a point to Val that he wanted a new lawnmower, so he wrecked his other one.
Sometimes you got to wreck the truck to make the truck payment, Kyle.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that was not fun.
No,
Not.
I mean
fun
it
at
wasn't for me, and I was just watching you.
all. Yeah.
Good night.
Well, guys, I'm
You
out.
bailing before Lewis gets on?
I am.
I think we all are.
We got ghosted 2 weeks in a row. I'm ghosting him. I'm gonna go in and see my kids.
Last week he had a good excuse, but I'm not sure what's going on tonight.
We'll have a more reliable guest on next week.
Who we got next week?
Oh, who do we have next week? Our friend, Bass Pro Tour boat official,
Oh yeah.
Chris Jeffrey,
Oh yes, that is correct.
will
Very
be
nice.
on. Will be on next week. He even got permission from MLF to be on the show. I guess that means we can talk about anything. They gave him permission.
Ooh.
He's probably got things he can't talk about, like that I want to know. Like, who's the worst guy? I know who it is. He lives in Oklahoma. I guarantee you, I'd put money on it. Who your worst guy to be a boat official for? I'd put money on it. And he lives right close by.
Chris is a good dude, and generally speaking, joins the Bass Club every year. So I've fished against him. I know him pretty well. We'll have a great time.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yep.
cool. Learn about the other side of, that tour a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good. I would think.
Cranger, dude, no pressure, but you gotta hit like 5 stars on this exit because I blew it. We had no intro.
It's okay.
I
I got the intro prepped, or that outro, I should say.
outro.
Yeah.
Isn't that a car?
Outro? No,
I think
outro.
there's a quattro. There's like a
Outro is
quattro.
the outro. Intro is the intro. Outro is the outro. When I'm singing on stage on Sunday mornings and this little clicking cue in my ears telling me outro, that means the song is ending.
Well, look at you. Hey, we did have one question, and I don't know if Mike's even still on here. He asked if there were any new eating places
Where?
in Grove.
There is, actually. there are two new well, I don't know if one's open yet. So there's a new one where the Grand Lake Public House was, which
Oh, okay.
is
Okay.
in that little strip mall, kind of by where Charlie's Chicken was. That's now Casa Montez. In that strip mall, there's a place called Speedy's, and it's kind of a regatta type, steaks and pork chops and seafoods, and a little pricey. But there's another one opening soon, uh, where remember where the seafood buffet used to be, Honey Creek,
Oh yeah.
by the Honey Creek Bridge. It's been many things.
The pizza place already closed?
Oh yeah, the Italian place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
No
place.
joke.
Yeah, that restaurant has been many things, but this one will stick, I think, because it's the second restaurant of of the same company. It's the Drunken Rooster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Drunken Rooster is out by Duck Creek, and it's very popular. And so they're putting one in town that's called the Drunken Rooster on the water, which is right there on Honey Creek. And I believe it'll be there a while.
It's a
It'll
good
be,
place to eat.
yeah, it'll be good.
I
Trying
really
to
like
think
the
if there's
one in
anything else.
The one in Duck Creek's outstanding.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know why this one would be any different. So this one should be good.
Good clean place to eat.
Yep. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There is there's a guy, if you're into barbecue, like side of the road barbecue, there is a guy. I haven't tried it yet, but just north of us, about a mile, maybe a mile and a half, there's a marijuana place on the side of the road, and they put in like a carport, one of those carports, drive under, your metal carport things, and they put a smoker, and they got a little shack in there, and they're selling barbecue out of there. And
That's brilliant.
I think those are just called edibles.
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it yet because, don't really need to see the Lake Lodge pickup parked outside the marijuana place, but
May not be good for business.
I just need to get over that, I guess, and go try it. But there is that place. So
Cool.
So yeah, there's 2 or 3 places new to try.
Man, the only way it could be any better, Kiki, the only way it could be any better is if, they had a dispensary with a Girl Scout cookie stand right out front.
Yeah.
Sales will be through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Legacies. Mark Moody said Legacies. That's it's been a couple different things and really just kind of changed names, maybe changed owners, but it's by the, where those 2 Mexican restaurants are by the Cheapo Depot.
Oh, yes.
There's a restaurant right behind the one that kind of sits by itself out in the parking lot. It's called Legacies, and it's just a little diner cafe thing. It's pretty good.
Awesome. Let's get out of here. Guys, thanks for putting up with us tonight. We'll bring somebody cool in next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Promise.